So, you're a neighbour of Israel,
Yeah.
Syrian. What's your position on Israel? What do you think? What's your view on Israel? Does it have a right to exist?
Of course. It's mentioned in our book that they have the right to exist. And they are the chosen people of the world.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
So, Israel as the modern state today, that has a right to exist?
As Israel.
As Israel.
Yes. Yes, they have the right to stay. They have the right to exist in the world. If they want to be in Israel or not, I don't know.
That's fine.
I'm not against Israel. I'm not against Jewish.
Amazing.
But Zionist, I'm against them. I don't like.
So I'm a Zionist.
I don't think it's right.
There is.
I'm against the extremists. For example, the bad government now in Israel now who are fighting with Palestine. I don't agree with them.
You don't know. So for me,
But the people, as Jewish people, worshiping God, beautiful, clean in religion. The original religion is the same thing.
La ilaha illallah Musa Rasulallah.
Yeah.
So my next question would be, you can oppose the modern government of Israel, but you say the people, they're okay to live there. So I would say we're in agreement. I think that Israel, for me, I think the Jews have a right to a country, have a right to a state there under Jews, because we lived under Islam and it wasn't great. We lived under Christians and it wasn't great. We were massacred and persecuted all over the world. And so for me, that's why I support you, because I trust that my family will protect my family.
That's
in
right.
the same way that your family will protect yours. And I might protect you, but I might not. And that's the difficulty of being a Jew. Sometimes the Khulafa were good to the Jew, that whichever caliphate it was good. Sometimes it was bad.
Yeah.
Abbasid, not so good. Umayyad, okay. And so it really depended on which period in history. So I guess my next question for you would be, do you think that most Syrians, say believe what you believe, that Israel's okay, you disagree with the government, but the Jews can stay?
It's a bit complicated. At the moment, at this time, when I'm just born now, I live a life. I know there is Jewish people in Palestine. I don't think it's really right to kick all of them out. No.
I also don't think they should kick them out. I agree.
I think they should have a peace. Now, at the moment, there is Jewish and there is Palestinian. They should have peace. Israel are a lot stronger now. Yeah, they should make peace with their brother and let them live peacefully.
Yeah, we have to.
But what they done Jewish before is wrong.
So
like,
I disagree.
Taking people out. It's like, imagine if French people, they come from Paris, they come to London and they're taking people out of London. They say, this is our state 3,000 years ago. Let's say this is 3,000 years ago. But is it okay to take these people out already now?
So I would say that on that we disagree. So I don't think that's what happened. I think there were always Jews there.
Yeah,
and
those people who was there are just fine.
And the Jews said, we don't want to live under the Muslims anymore. We don't want to live under the British. We don't want to live under the Christians.
They want to have their own state.
And we want our own state. And I agree there were lots of Jews that came there as well. But they didn't take someone's house. They moved back to the land, which we all, the Quran says that the Jews were from there. Dawood alayhi salam, Sulaiman alayhi salam. They were from there, they were Jews.
So you don't think Jewish, they have taken a lot of Muslims out of their land there?
No, I think there was a lot of Muslims that fled. So I think in the 1948 war, many Palestinians, many Arabs fled the conflict. Some of them went into Syria. Some of them went to Lebanon. Some of them went to the West Bank. Some of them went to Gaza.
Because of the war, yes.
Because of the war, in the same way that there are many Syrians fled the war today. And so that definitely happened. But I don't think Israel forced. In some instances, there may be an expulsion.
I think they have forced a lot of Arabic people to come out of Palestine. Everyone knows that. Kurds, there are a lot of Muslim, and even a lot of Christian Arab. They have been forced out of their house.
Now the situation.
Which is, I don't agree. At the moment they are there, all of them. I think they should make a real peace.
Quickly wrap up this debate, then we'll go a little bit religious. So, for the audience, I think this has been a beautiful debate. You have a Syrian who's known conflict, who's seen real pain, and his message isn't war. His message isn't we're going to drive the Jews into the sea. His message, your message, was one of peace. It was Jews, the Palestinians, they're both in the land. They should coexist. They should live in peace.
Me as a human, let's say I'm just born now and I see people there. Of course, obviously, you should not take them out, Muslim or Jew or Hindu or anyone. Definitely not.
Yeah.
What people done in the past, and it's not my problem.
Inshallah, your message of peace should spread throughout the Ummah.
It should.
And should
We should make a real peace.
You can watch our religious debate on Patreon, and it's available exclusively to our Patreon supporters. Thank you.